Let's get into the bigger topic, and that's what's happening over the last couple of days when it comes to all these emails that are coming in, standard, advantage, what's going on there, what that means. So let's take a look at all of this and break it down for you.
Yeah, I know. So you guys are going to see this in certain cities. It's not in California yet, and I don't think it will be because of Prop 22 anyway. So Uber, you already know what I'm going to say about this. I'm going to do the article today. You guys can read the article with all these separate screenshots from this situation. So my phone went off yesterday, going crazy, 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. And I know something is going on, and I'm getting these. I'm getting these two screenshots, right? Serge, what is this? I have no idea. What do you guys think? I don't work for Uber. I have no clue what the heck this is. It's like, they go, driving mode change to standard or advantage. So standard, as you can see, the colorification, gamification, what is that? It's like a shit color. Do you see that, Chris? It's like a shit color. And advantage is green.
It looks like baby poo.
It looks like baby poop versus money. Green. Yeah. You guys are the behavioral scientists at Uber. You guys are doing a good job. Now change the gray clouds to some other colors, buddy. You know what I mean? But anyway, it says receiving most trip requests through Trip Radar. I did a video, 52,000 views 2 months ago. In LA, when I turn my app on, well, not that I can't turn my app on now because I'm not going to give them the override, but I was getting everything through Trip Radar, and I was like, what the hell's going on? I'm not getting any requests, and I did a video, and I had a kind of inclination about this anyway, because as a veteran driver, you kind of feel things, right? Receiving most trips through Trip Radar and missing out on earning 5% more on most trips. I'm going like, 5% more. Okay, whatever. So I was like kind of interested. And then on the right one, it says, you're getting more exclusive trip requests and 5%, possibly 5% advantage bonus on selected trips. Select. So it's only on UberX. It's not on higher end. So let's go to the next screenshot. This was sent to me by drivers. And then I tweeted it. and then, I got messaged by by Uber saying that they go, oh shit, this was not supposed to go out. I'm like, well, it's out in the wild. Sorry. And then they go,
we're gonna break it down.
Yeah, well, whatever. Hey man, you have all these employees over there. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, fire the guy who put this out there. And he goes, thank you for waiting. So this driver asked the support chat. I mean, this was like released all the way through support. This is before Uber's blog released today. And
yeah, and it's not supposed to be out for a little while.
Up until July.
July.
So it says, and then the support chat, the bot, I'm sure already knew about this, right? Because they had the answers ready. And he goes, thank you for waiting to address high rider spinner times. We have a new one. We have AR, acceptance rate. We have CR, cancellation rate. Now we have spinner rate. Spinner. What does that mean? Spinner times. And how driver acceptance rate. So, DJ. I thought spinners were only at where, but anyway. So it's like,
I think of a DJ spinning some records.
Yeah, spinning, and then it gave the details to this driver. So it said you have to have an acceptance rate of 25%. You have more than over 25%. Cancellation rate less than 8%, and driver rating of 485. I mean, like the first two are reasonably doable. It's over 485. I mean, it should be if you're a decent driver. And then. Yep. And then Uber got a hold of the tweet and said, oh shit, this was not supposed to go out. And, appreciate it. You know who you are. They sent me the blog link and I tweeted that out too, and Chris is going to do a fine job going through the details of that.
But you skipped over one very important little detail here. You need the acceptance rate, the cancellation rate, and the driver rating all to be within the thresholds. But you're also going to need your driver safety score at a certain score that's going to start impacting tiering on 9/2.
Yeah, that's starting September 2nd.
It doesn't matter. They're still putting the driving score, and they're actually making it part partial reason for. And
well, that's going to be an additional. That's going to be an additional requirement to get it to the advantage part, starting September 2nd. Yep. So you read the important parts from the Uber blog. This is all under my Twitter. Please go check my Twitter account at Sergio at SergioAved. It's there. And then this is the blog that Uber put out. Thank you. You know who you are. Much appreciated. This is all the details you guys want to know about advantage mode or standard mode. Are you a standard driver or an advantage driver? And then I will put my 2 cents in after Chris reads this.
All right. So yes, if you want to go check this out, it's uber.com/blog/advantage-mode. And you can do this. So yes, this is coming soon. So reliable trips keep riders coming back. You know, for anybody who's on X, when they complain about something, I always like pretend I'm chat support and saying thank you, or riders use our service for to be whatever it might be, and like whatever I'm thinking at the time. So it's kind of fun when people are complaining, because that's what I put in. I pretend I'm chat support. Right. So again, if you follow for that, you'll get a good laugh out of it. But they must be reading my tweets as well back, because that's things I put in. So reliable trips keep riders coming back to the Uber app. Beginning next month, we're piloting Advantage Mode, a new program in select markets to offer higher earnings and more exclusive ride requests to highly rated drivers who accept them more often, cancel less, and get riders where they need to go safely. This program will gradually roll out between the following dates in these select cities. So July 8th through 11th is Sarasota. July 11th through the 15th is Austin, Charlotte, Columbus, Kansas City, both in Kansas and Missouri, Miami, Nashville, Phoenix, and Tampa. And we're going to let you know before the program launches in your market, although somebody slipped and it launched in some places yesterday, even though you couldn't get any more details on it. But yeah, Advantage Mode versus Standard Mode. First, we're sharing a preview of the new pilot program that tests updates how drivers in select markets will receive it. We've already talked about the things. So a driver in Advantage Mode will receive more exclusive ride requests. So that's the more pings sent directly to them, and earn 5% more on UberX and other non-premium type rides. They would be in Standard Mode. When this pilot begins, eligibility for Advantage Mode will be based on their acceptance rate, cancellation rate, star rating, and eventually their CMT driving score. So we've already talked about what that is. And just to let you know, the CMT driving score of 75 or more, because that wasn't in the text. So you need the 25% or more acceptance rate, a cancellation rate of 8% or less, star rating of at least 4.85 or greater, and then the CMT driving score of 75 or more. We all know why they're doing that, because of commercial insurance. And basically
CMT, by the way,
is going to
CMT, by the way, stands for Cambridge Telematics. And I met these people actually at Herbivore this year. They told me about this. And, you know, you go ahead and finish this, and then I'll give Uber my 2 cents about what's happening here. So, anyway.
Yep. So, basically, I mean, I don't know how much more to say on that. You're still getting on Advantage Mode. It's just basically meaning we're going to ping you more with ride requests. And if you're in Standard Mode, you're going to get more trip radar requests. So if you hate that little ping from trip radar, good luck on that, especially if you have a low acceptance rate. And it's something that's going to be automatically done depending on your particulars. But driving insights. So in mid-July, drivers in pilot markets are going to see a dashboard that provides insights and score based on their driving while riders are in the car, which we've actually highlighted already on the show with Sergio. You had this little thing going on in your app, but it's going to give you a breakdown. So you can see on this side, it's going to use your driver's phone sensor data to generate insights and a score based on their driving, including speeding, hard braking, harsh acceleration, sharp turning, and phone handling. And it's going to give you all of these little things. So are you speeding? Are you harsh accelerating and braking? Where you're doing good, where you're not. And then here's a little competition. So they're watching, because we talk about Solo and how it does the competition there. It says your score is better than 30% of drivers in Nashville. So they're going to make it like a game, and they're going to gamify it.
Anyway, so get ready for this. This is the CMT part. September 2nd is going to be an additional requirement. And of course, I tweeted this to people, so you can go to my Twitter. Always read the small print. This is only for Uber X, not for higher premium for the 5% more. Here's my 2 cents. Okay, you know the CMT. You know what's happening there. The CMT, Cambridge Telematics, driving score. What does that remind you of, Chris?
The one from Lyft.
See what I mean? That's why we're on the same page. And how accurate is Lyft's been so far?
Not that great.
Yeah, okay. Uber. I hope CMT is better than whoever Lyft is using. Okay, because you're getting all that information from our gyroscope. My driving score was
pretty
horrible.
sure they're using CMT also. Pretty sure.
And I talked to these CMT people. They seem like reasonable people. You know, collecting the data from my gyroscope on my phone. Some people may have older phones. Some people's may not function as well. Half the time, Uber, with my brand new Samsung S23 Ultra, Lyft was accusing me of my phone not being on the holder. I have never taken my phone off the holder, Uber. So if CMT is doing this and you're going to require a 75% driving score, I'm going to fail. Sorry.
So
you know,
this is my take on this. This is, yes, behavior modification, trying to do that. So one, they're trying to gamify it on a couple of different levels. They're trying to the baby poop green, yellowish for standard, and then the green for advantage could actually entice people just right there, because you're seeing the who wants to be baby poop. And then essentially this is because of low acceptance rates. And so they're trying to get you to accept more. But come on, Uber, 5% more. I could piss 5% more.
It ain't going to move the needle on my $3 minimum fare trips, which is 15 cents extra, Uber, with no incentives. It ain't going to move that needle for me to become an ant, number one. Number
not
two.
only that, what if, I mean, we've talked about everything that they've shaved. Everything was fair game for shaving. Why would 5% more be? I mean, are you going to show me like, here's the rate plus 5% and actually put the 5%, like 5% advantage bonus in there?
Yeah.
But either way,
yeah, with the base fare shaving, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah,
and
of course.
it comes down to behavior modification and trying to do that.
Bro.
And then this is what I said back when we were talking about that CMT score before. I said it's only a matter of time before they implement that by giving riders with higher CMT scores more rides. And that right there shows that they're not going to give people who are driving stupidly. So here's the thing. If you drive like a fucking moron, fix your driving so you can get more rides. I agree. If you are driving bad, you need to fix your driving. It's just the way it is.
That one I'm fine, as long as it's accurate. I'm fine with that CMT
as long as it's accurate, yes. But I said, and that's exactly what is happening. They are going to give higher CMT score drivers more rides, and they're going to probably give them better rides because it's going to help in the long run when it comes to commercial insurance. So Uber can get a better deal on commercial insurance. Will drivers see any benefit from that, or are they going to keep that pocket for themselves? I don't know. Jury's still out on that. But when I see $1.12 per mile given to commercial insurance and 58 cents given to drivers, there's something wrong there.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guy. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past year and a half, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
So let's finish this segment by going back about a year and a half, maybe. Well, now, because Dara Khosrowshahi is not gracing us with his presence. He's giving us the cold shoulder. It's okay, Dara. It's all right. Sir,
I think you were.
Honestly, I think at this point I have nothing to lose here. I have nothing to lose, so it's okay. Sir, with all due respect, you were interviewed by Harry Campbell, the founder of the Rideshare Guy. It's public record, sir. It's public record. The video is on our channel. You said that if drivers are not accepting trips, it's on us. Clear as day. I remember it like today because I paid attention to CEO talk. Then you said, but give us some time for the algorithms to learn. They have learned. They have learned to screw the driver. I'm getting sent $3 and less offers in LA to put a human in my car in 2024. If you think this 5% is going to sway me to become an advantage driver. Oh, by the way, people, this advantage driving thing is a daily metric, which goes back to your last 100 trips. Last week, we were kind of puzzled. Why are they changing the acceptance rate to 100 from 200 now? Remember, Chris? It was because of this. It was all hooked up. It's all settled. It's all set up, bro. But anyway, so you have to have every day at 4:30 a.m., just like a quest, your matrix for that day, looking at the 100 trips, from the last 100 trips is going to be given to you. So your AR for that day is above 25%, your CR is less than 8%, and your driver rating is 485 and over, then automatically you qualify to be an advantage driver. It's not a guarantee, by the way. It says on select trips, possibly you may get 5% more. Not a goddamn chance on the planet that's going to sway me to accept more trips. First of all, my acceptance rate, I think, is probably about over 25%. Actually, those matrix, Chris, they're not too hard to reach. But going back to finishing this segment, sir, Mr. Khosrowshahi, you said that this is actually a victory for drivers that you're doing this. The first sentence on your blog says, Uber likes riders coming back for more. Do you know why they're not coming back for more? Because your service quality on your cars, on your drivers, is collapsing. Every Uber car I've been into, some of them don't even know how to read GPS because of this burn and churn mentality you guys have, right? This 5% is not going to sway me to do anything else. Your algorithm is not learning. It's not learning. And I'm just saying that this kind of proves that drivers have learned from Show Me the Money, right? Drivers are declining trips by the bundles. And Uber is forced to take this kind of action. And here's my question to 500 of you. I don't know how many of you are here. How does this make me an independent contractor? There it is. There it is.
Hold on.
There you go.
Matching the price that you're going to get paid. That's ultimately where we want to go. We're not going to be like this. This is going to take some experimentation. There's some deep tech that goes into it, and there's some optimization, because actually the signal that we want from you, Harry, is like, if you're not accepting a trip, then we're underpricing it. Then we got to correct. Then the algos have to understand it.
I mean, look at this. Look at me. Look at this.
Right there. I'll put it again.
I love you, partner.
The price that you're going to get paid. That's ultimately where we want to go. We're not going to be like this. This is going to take some experimentation. There's some deep tech that goes into it, and there's some optimization, because actually the signal that we want from you, Harry, is like, if you're not accepting a trip, then we're underpricing it.
Right there. If you're not accepting a trip, then we're underpricing it. Right there.
Yeah. And he did say previous to this, because you're not accepting it on us. All I'm saying to you, Mr. Khosrowshahi, is all these bells and whistles that you guys are trying to do, right? It's not going to work. Drivers are learning, and they are not going to accept trips that are underpriced. And they, they're learning from us, hopefully. And many of you here are veterans. All I'm saying to you guys is decline. If it's not profitable to you, decline. And this is actually a victory for the drivers that they are doing this. And look, if the cherry was a little bit juicier instead of 5%, because the matrix is fine. If the juice was maybe 15, 20%, then maybe I'll convert.
Now we're more talking.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, people. That's where we are. That's the. If you're in one of those cities, you're gonna see July. What is it? July 1st, July 8th, something like that.
Yeah, it's probably going to be rolling out though. I wouldn't be surprised to more markets after that.
Okay,
so essentially what it is, yeah, you're a little blurry, but
am I blurry? Okay, let me go leave and come back out. Come back in. So
all right. Either way, I want to know, chat, what would you do? Do you think that this is going to entice you to actually take more rides and try to get within those guidelines? Or is this something that you think is the hocus pocus and not going to be beneficial? So let me know what you guys think into the chat so we can figure that out. Oh.
Yeah, better. You know what happened? You put DK on. I got blurry.
It's the ghost of Dara.
Anyway, so
well, here's the thing. We could get Dara Q on. We could get Dara on.
Which Dara?
Our Dara imposter.
Oh, that Dara. Yeah, we could get that one. But hey, man, look, I appreciate it. I understand. I'm sure they went through a whole bunch of billions of terabytes of data and said, look, if we do this, some people may accept more trips because these people are really not accepting trips. Because we're just algos all out of control.
That just means you're still pricing it wrong after a year and a half, almost 2 years. Almost 2 years, you're pricing it still wrong. That's why acceptance rates are piss poor. So you need to go back to your own interview. And that's not the only time you said it. Now, Andrew McDonald said the same exact thing on another podcast, that it's acceptance rate goes down. It's on them because they're pricing rides wrong. I could probably find that. I don't remember what one that was on, but I could probably find that and play that as well too. So here's the thing. If acceptance rates are still piss poor, and you're saying you need to have at least a 25% acceptance rate, because we all know that a lot of acceptance rates are below 25% because they put that threshold in there. That just goes to show you that you, Uber, are not pricing rides correctly. You need to go back to your algorithms, fix your pricing, pay drivers more, and acceptance rate goes up.
Yeah, it's quite simple. This makes things so much more complicated on the back end, right? Drivers daily, those 3 matrix have to get calculated every day. It's going to give us more ammunition, Chris. The more complicated they make it on the back end, the more work we have.
And then and then wait until we do our test between a standard and an advantage driver and see if there's actually a 5% difference. Because I guarantee you, we're going to find it where it's not 5% Uber, and we're going to call your shit out.
I'm not one to burn bridges, and no. Uber. I'm not, but all I'm saying
we're going to get drivers what they're owed.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea, buddy. That's a great freaking idea. We're I can't wait until July anyway. So, long story short, this is what was the hoopla about. So, Uber, thank you for sending me that, so we know what's up. This is a victory for drivers that Uber is going riders love coming back over to the Uber platform, and you're not accepting enough trips. I'm like, well, I actually think those metrics are pretty low, Chris. Below 8% cancellation, I think that's pretty fair. And 25% is really not that high of an AR, honestly.
No, but I'm wondering the threshold. Like, is that a 75th percentile? Are 75% of drivers above 25% or greater? Is it 80%? Is it 60%? I mean, I want to know what the percentage of drivers at that 25% 25th percentile actually is. So that to me would be the number one detail I want to know, is how many drivers are below that, how many drivers are above that when it comes to the whole of Uber. Because if they're implementing something like this, that just goes to show you that they're pricing wrong, and drivers are saying, this isn't worth my time. I'm waiting for the better rides to come in. And they're watching Show Me the Money Club, so they're going to be making more money because they're going to be cherry picking, and they're not going to be ants.
I'm not concerned about, look, I do understand. And, you said this week after week, right? Disruption is necessary. This is what my advice is to every new company that I talk to that want to get into this space. I go, keep it simple, stupid. Okay, just keep it simple. This makes things more complicated. This almost is like 33,000 coders trying to deserve the paychecks that they're getting. Let's try to figure this more complicated situation out. We have only 3 million drivers in the US. Everybody's AR, CR, the CMT driving score and the rating have to be calculated every day. And then we're going to send it to them. And some of them are going to be advantage. Some of them are going to be standard. Why is all this necessary?
Yeah. Well, just wait until September when the CMT score gets in there, your driving score. So they're going to, that's going to take even more to calculate because it's going to have to take all of the sensory data in your phone, calculate it on how you're driving, and then be able to calculate a score. And I don't know if that's going to be done weekly. I don't know if that's going to be done daily. I'm not sure how they're going to calculate that score exactly.
I don't know. I don't know. I just love that you guys are doing this. That means we have jobs going for another few months. So thanks, Uber. But hey, man, much love. Thank you for sending it to me before anybody else. I appreciate it. It clarified things, you know.
Yep.
But ask your CEO. You know, ask your CEO if he said that. He did. He played it. So you're not pricing trips correctly. And please don't come back to me with the 32 per active hour shenanigans. Please don't. That's insulting. So come with something else. But yeah. So good luck, people, in those 7, 8 cities, states, wherever you are. Good luck. Let us know.
Well, until it rolls out some more. But you know, one of the things though is that will have no impact on areas that have minimum pays, like Seattle and Washington, like Prop 22 in California, like New York State, like
I don't think they can bring this to California. Yeah, I don't think they can bring this to California. I don't think they can. But well, you never know. You never know.
They could, but they'll have to give you that bump at the end. Because if you still have to meet that threshold, but if here's the thing: if you're meeting that threshold, let's say of $26, because that's what it is in New York. Let's say you're meeting that at standard, but you're getting 5% more.
Yeah.
Then I mean, over time, I mean, you'd have to figure out your calculations there to see if it's even worth it for you, but if you're under those stats or not. But
yeah,
I mean, it
that's
may not depend on your area.
That's a good point. Yeah, I look, man, 5% is not going to make me do anything different. Although that 5% thing could have gone the other way around, like Lyft's priority. Remember, Lyft has priority as well. Like you make 10% less in exchange for more pings.
Yeah.
At least Uber is being generous here. They're giving you 5% more. You know what I mean?
Well, I think because if they did it the other way, I think there would be even a larger uproar. Whew, that would get a lot of people talking bad.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Uber does not like them being talked bad about. They don't.
No, they don't like bad PR, but you know, they're used to it by now.
Yeah, but when it comes to something like that, I think that's even too far off the path for them.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I mean, seriously, for every $1,000 that you make, that's only an extra $50. I mean, you could get a Play Octopus, and you don't have to worry about the standard or advantage, and you make the extra right there.
Yeah, I mean the you know, I mean, all I can say is this is time will tell. We'll do our tests. We'll see what happens. We'll see how shaving enters the 5% area. But anyway. So, you know, thanks to Uber for sending that out. I tweeted it. I pinned it. You guys can see it on my Twitter account. Okay. It says, thank you, YOP.
Yep.
Lyft is far worse than Uber in my market. Every ride is, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
We're in 2024. We shouldn't be getting $3-4 trips, but we are, unfortunately. Okay, so this dude right here, it must be from another channel. So I'm about to block you because you asked, like, you're spamming the board a million times over, you know, and how come we don't promote private rides like other YouTubers? Because the other YouTubers and we have nothing to do with each other. Because when you do promote, okay, so I'm about to, if I can send you to YouTube heaven. Okay. We do not promote because it's illegal, sir. However, if you keep spamming the board, if you have commercial insurance and you have an LLC and you want to do all that in your own city and your state, you have nothing to lose. You don't have a house. You don't have a pot to piss in. You don't have anything to lose. Go right ahead and do your private trips. If you have something to lose, specifically, your life, and be in a lawsuit because that friend and family will become your unfriend and family in the case of a fender bender. We don't deal with kind of riffraff here. What we deal with here is the reality. Reality is, if you have your LLC, if you have your commercial insurance, go knock yourself out. Do all the private trips you want. Otherwise, we don't pay attention to any of that stuff. So anyway,
the moral of the story is make sure you have all of your lines in order. Make sure everything's checked off in order to be able to do that. We've talked about it before, and there's nothing against it as long as you are properly insured, properly licensed, and have everything.
A lot of people are doing it.
You're just going to pick up some person. Like if you're going on Facebook and, I need a ride from here to there for X amount of dollars. Oh, sure, I'll do it. Those types of problems. That's a problem. You can't do that. Same thing.
I mean,
somebody flags you down over on the street. Same exact thing. But if you want to create a private clientele, by all means, just make sure you have everything that you need in order to do it properly and legally and safely. So in the event that something happens, like you get into an accident or something else, then you're taken care of and you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what it is to me? Like, actually, Mike sent me a couple of things. There's a company called Hum. Actually, I'm going to get in touch with them. And, you can do that on rides. You could do that on Y-Ride. They're providing you with the insurance. Do the trips on there. You're going to get paid more anyway. But then if you're going to do all these trips, right, and then be brazen about it and say, oh, look, I'm making more money because I'm doing all these private rides. Bro, knock yourself out. You knock yourself out. And then, when trouble shows up, don't email me. That's all there's to it. Because to me, you're not just risking yourself. I will never do it. I won't do it because I have a house to protect. I own a house. I own assets. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to get sued up my ass. When if 99.9% of the time, you're not going to get in a crash. But if you do, what are you playing with? Is playing with fire worth it for an extra 10, 20, 50, $100 you're going to make? Not to me. Maybe to them, it is. And, and the other thing is, I do also, some of the drivers who have nothing to lose, I don't blame them for doing it because the pay is so shit. You know what I mean? And they're so desperate that they're doing these trips. And honestly, I don't blame them. But I won't do it. And I will never, ever, ever say or tell somebody to go and do it. Everybody on their own. You want to do it? Risk, reward, figure it out. If you want to do it, go and knock yourself out. But I will not talk about that.
Again, as long as you have everything in place and you have the certain protections in place, then you can. There's nothing wrong with that. And, it's a great way to make extra money if you want to take that route. But there's a lot of things that you need to do, and you need to make sure you're doing it legally. If you're not doing it legally, then that's where the massive issue lies.
It's all right, whatever it is, bro. I mean, to me, it's like people do what they do. We do what we do. Everybody has their audience. I'm more concerned about these types of things that happen. When Uber does this, facts and the results of how this is going to affect the driver community, right? This advantage thing and standard advantage. Yeah, maybe I'll be an advantage driver. My AR, I think, is above 25. I can get my AR above 25 for a day or two just to see it. I can do it. Anyway,
once we actually get it in practice, then we'll be able to see. I mean, everything's speculation right now, so we'll actually see what ends up happening.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.